Yo, everybody, it's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week in drroto.com this week. Ooh, yeah. If you haven't seen any of the articles or any of the things, props, etc., head over to drroto.com right now and get yourself in the Discord because the Discord will be live. I'm actually going to do a showdown lineup live on this show, and I'm also going to give my thoughts because a lot of you know I'm a huge Rams fan, so horns up, Rams Nation. Ooh, yeah. Ram it, dig it, yeah. Woo! All right. Well, being a longtime Rams fan, the best thing about that is just taking in another Super Bowl, the second in 4 years, and that is really good. For me, I'm excited. I thought that we should have won that last one against New England. So you got to understand that being a Ram fan and then losing to New England twice in a Super Bowl has always stuck with me. And I want more than that. I want more. So let's get more. And I know that there's a lot of Bengals fans that go, well, it's been 33 years for us. Well, I'm sorry about your luck. You've had some bad breaks, not going to mention any illegal plays by Steeler players about rolling up on Peoples, but Palmer and that team definitely looked like they were going to win that game until that injury happened, and then that's really what happened, how things just turned out. Well, the Rams are pretty much healthy, and so are the Bengals in this game. Now, when you look at it overall, of course, Cincinnati doesn't really have the best defense. They're right there, 17th against receivers, stuff like that in the middle. The difference in this game is that the Cincinnati defense is susceptible to the run, and the Rams do like to run it, especially when they're up. And that's a big key in this game. The Rams are going to have to be up. However, Cincinnati has something going against them, and it starts with he's got 99 problems, and Joe Burrow ain't one. Oh, yeah. The Rams are great against quarterbacks. And the fact, for me right now, Jalen Ramsey doesn't have to shadow Chase. They're going to have to put somebody like Williams. We get wrapped back this game. So that's really big for us because it's part of our secondary. It's more help. And we're going to need it because Higgins and Boyd to cover. And you cannot forget about Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is big. I know that the Rams are decent against the run, but at the same time, this is Joe Mixon, somebody who's going to probably touch the ball 20 times in this game. And that means that we have to isolate him and we have to stop him because outside of that, we already know that they're going to throw and have a great ground and pound attack. And the Rams have to do the same thing too. For the Rams to win this Super Bowl, we cannot beat ourselves. We have to play a good game, and we have to exploit their weakness, the offensive line. This wasn't a joke what Tennessee was able to do weeks back to Burrow. It's just Tannehill came up short in that game for them, but the defense played lights out. And this Rams defense should be able to get at least 6 sacks in this game. I know that sounds like a lot. So let's go 4 to 6 sacks. So if you're looking at it over and any kind of props, play that because that's going to happen. Aaron Donald, if the Rams win this Super Bowl, one of the key factors, one of the X factors is going to be Aaron Donald. If Aaron Donald is allowed to wreak havoc in that backfield or the Bengals cannot do anything to slow him down, it's going to be a very long day. And I don't see that playing out really well. The Rams feast on turnovers. We already seen last games, just this playoffs, is that when the defense gets in there and the ball goes flying up, the Rams are under that ball. This is a huge, huge problem that the Bengals are going to have to address. And that might have to be with Mixon catching some passes out of the backfield or having to stay in for some blocks because you're not going to be able to always block everybody when the Rams send a blitzing package, etc. Ramsey, however, is another play that is not going to be talked about. But recently, if you've been noticing or if you watch the games, Ramsey is hitting receivers in the backfield on screens and everything like that because he's fearless right now. He wants this. Aaron Donald wants this as well, too. He already lost the Super Bowl. He knows what it's like to be on that field watching somebody else celebrate. Now, that's going to play into a big part of this Super Bowl. And the Rams are most likely the favored team and the better team, but that doesn't always equate. Hence the times we played the Patriots. The Patriots last time out weren't that good of a team, and they beat us because they knew how to beat us. And we didn't have Cooper Kupp in that Super Bowl. Ooh, yeah, we did not. Ooh, no. So that's a big factor. And I do respect Cincinnati's secondary. They're a bunch of young guys. They're really good. But right now, they're going to have their hands full. And the Rams are going to run that ball, as previously stated. For Cincinnati to win this game, they got to hope that they have to get to Stafford immediately. They have to get him rattled, and he has to be making bad decisions. That will help them in then forcing a 1 or 2 turnovers. Don't look like the Rams are going to come in this Super Bowl and lose 3 fumbles in this Super Bowl. That would just be crazy. Ball control is definitely there. Sony Michel is healthy. Akers is healthy. Everybody's logging full. There's really no reason either team can blame injuries unless they happen in the game on why they lose this Super Bowl. They both have exactly what they need. And I'm not going to say that the Rams with Robert Woods wouldn't be, even more juicier. But I saw them work in Van Jefferson a little bit the way that they did Woods, and they can do that. They need that to happen. But the emergence of Odell Beckham Jr., that is just what everybody in LA has been waiting for. He is and can be a legitimate number 1/2 receiver right now and prove that last week. All he needed was a touchdown, and he was close to it. He was close to it. That being said, they're going to have to cover both Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham. And that's going to open up everything underneath. So, that being said, the Rams definitely have a big advantage, but it's not that bad. I do want to say, last game, Kendall Blanton came through for them. With the injury to Tyler Higbee, Blanton stepped up, and that was a big key against San Francisco because they didn't think that they just thought, because I knew Higbee was going to be a big factor in that game against San Francisco. And it didn't matter who was in that position. As long as the tight end didn't muck it up, then it worked. And that's why the Blanton made some big catches for the Rams in that game. If you didn't see it, go watch it. I'm not too worried about Uzomah's knee. He's going to be questionable. It's a Super Bowl. He's going to play. I just don't see it any other way. Both defenses are pretty expensive, too. We're switching over to the DK showdown captain spot and everything like that. So if you're looking for like a captain, a lot of people in these playoff games have been playing defenses. This is where you could probably sneak in someone like Cam Akers as your captain in one of your lineups. Now that's a little crazy, but once you hit the Cam Akers button, you can get Stafford, Kupp, and you can get Burrow. And that right there puts you down to about 2 players left, 3,700 each. Now, the Rams defense is 3,400. So you're going to want to take that, and that leaves you $4,000 for you could take Matt Gay. So why not? I mean, that's a little overzealous right there. So really, if you think that you want to go cheap in this game, I don't think you need to. You could go Samaje Perine. I'm not going to go. I don't think there's a need for it. Yes, he did get some work. 3 catches, 43 yards, and a touchdown against Kansas City. That was big. But with the defenses being priced so low, you don't really have to work with anything. If you want to go with both kickers, you could definitely go with both kickers. And that would give you, you're a little under at this time. So that's when you go away from Stafford and you take like Chase. So if you go Cam Akers, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Evan McPherson, And Matt Gay, you have a pretty safe lineup as long as the game goes to like running and gets all that. And as long as Stafford doesn't throw 5 touchdowns. Of course, you're going to make other lineups. Then you're going to pull some people out of this. Maybe you don't feel that Cooper Kupp's going to be the addition, so you can go with Matthew Stafford. Then you come off of Matt Gay, and you can get Kendall Blanton in. So you get Akers, Blanton, Stafford, Chase, Burrow, McPherson. That's not bad either. That's 2 lineups right there that definitely have a chance to score you points for your slate and get you a little bit of cash. But honestly, you're going to want to be doing a lot of prop stuff, looking at the lines, playing unders and overs. And that's where our Discord comes in clutch for all of you. Any subscriber, anybody that hears this episode right now, you can head over to drroto.com and just get the Discord and cheat sheets. So you can see all the cheat sheets and you can join up with Discord. It's $10 a month. And that you can see where we're going with the cheat sheets. And then you come in, you ask us about it. And then that right there helps you understand on how to play the slate, or for whatever way you might want to pitch your overs, unders, kind of parlays you want to make, things like that. I haven't really gotten into anything for the betting yet. That's something I'm doing tonight. And that I try to always, now you get better numbers leading up to it. But of course, like most people, we already have these numbers. We've already made our bets, our wagers, and we already have our lineups, and we already know what's going to happen. Now we just need it to happen. So what I like to do is I like to hit heavy and then give it a little rest period, take everything in, watch all of the news, the media, the hype, and then just go from there and start putting in bets. So, every site is different, and that's going to be a key to how you play this. Last week, we were looking at one of the stat lines, and it was almost like 15 yards of difference of a stat line. It was like, are you kidding me? Like, it was so worth it. So in other words, and that was a DK, sportsbook. So you're definitely going to hit that. Whereas the other one was more substantial, it was like, do I want to play that? Sometimes you step away from those, but you play the way you play. You're the one that's playing it anyway. One of the SGPs that Fan Duel sportsbook has right now is the Rams 2.5. Cooper Kupp scores a touchdown. Akers 60 yards. And it's alternative. It's just 60 yards, so it could be rushing and receiving. Stafford 275, alternating yards too. That's actually not bad. It's coming in at a plus 496, which, if you think about it, that's most likely going to happen in this game. Cooper Kupp has a great chance to get a touchdown for you. And then Akers is definitely getting enough work to get the 60 yards. The Bengals defense hasn't really stepped up all year long. They've been solid. They're like in the middle of the pack, a little on the back end of the middle of the pack. The Rams could definitely run this ball down their throat. They can just ram it, if you know what I mean. Ooh, yeah. So let's get crazy. I like some of these crazy, crazy things. So one really crazy, it's a plus 793 that they're having. They have a Cooper Kupp scoring a touchdown, Beckham scoring a touchdown, Joe Burrow over 11.5 yards rushing. That is very, very intriguing, because for me, what that says right there, that's one of the killers and non-killers. If he's running for his life back there and the Rams are getting pressure, this man's going to have more than 12 yards rushing. That's definitely going to happen. It just says Cooper Kupp 60 yards. Now that's also alt yards. So it's total yards. So for you, this is kind of, it's a little steeper because you're hoping for Beckham and Cooper Kupp to score. If that happens, everything else should fall into place. It's plus 793. That's a fun one. Now let's go to this other one they got here. We got plus 1985 for a Joe Mixon touchdown, an Akers touchdown, the Bengals plus 4 against the spread, and then Beckham touchdown. Now that can happen, but that's a bet that I would not take, and that's a parlay that I would not. I don't I like the Cam Akers and Mixon touchdown. I don't like the Bengals +4. I don't like playing those +4s, 3.5 lines like that, especially if it's part of a parlay, because that could be your parlay killer. You could everything else on the parlay will slay, but then you got to hope for a field goal or something to pull in points. No, we don't need that. Now, right under that one, though, you got this Cup touchdown, Chase touchdown, Cincinnati Bengals money line, and over 48.5 match points. That's possible. The Rams are going to definitely try to keep this game low scoring. And I have noticed that when the Bengals are not in like a shootout, they are one of those average range scoring teams. This is a Super Bowl. A lot of people are going to be hyped up. So that is possible. If you're a Bengal fan, that's a bet for you to take. Now, let's get even crazier. Now, this is funny. This is giving out how many people are placing these bets. Now, the plus 24.52 for Mixon touchdown, Akers touchdown, Chase touchdown, Beckham touchdown. Pretty much a touchdown thing. That's not bad. That's not bad. And that's a great payout. You know, you don't always have to throw $100 down to win $2,400 or $24,000 on something. Throw a few dollars down on that. Next thing you know, you win 50, 60, $100 a few bucks. Like that's something that's an easy one right there. You can kind of just throw in and touch and take. Now, those are some of the popular SGPs that are happening right now. A lot of them, of course, leaning towards yards, mid-level yards, and things like that. So let's go. Aaron Donald and Von Miller each get 1 sack versus the Bengals. They have an odds boost on that for 200. That is definitely most likely going to happen. Miller has really been stepping it up, and both of them have been getting sacks. This is definitely an easy one. Last year, just look to last year. I did Frank Clark first sack of the game, Frank Clark sack. And that thing won me over $150 for that, for having those two. And that's how you kind of do it. But let's face it, we all know I'm a defensive guru. I'm the IDP master. Ooh, yeah, Jedi of sorts. Yeah. Like zoom, zoom. That's what we do. We get the pick sixes. Yeah. So let's go right into the game. Let's go right into it. All right. This is gonna be the Super Bowl props. And this is how I'm gonna roll it. So we're gonna go players. Passing props. We'll start there. You're looking at this is all Fan Duel Sportsbook. We're just doing this. This is what we're doing. This is where I'm at right now. A lot of people are doing TK or Bravado. Hey, I'm doing FanDuel. Let's do it. Joe Burrow over 278.5. Stafford 283.5. Both of them are good. I don't really like playing with so much of those stats. So when I see Joe Burrow over 1.5 touchdowns, that's a negative 160. If they're going to beat the Rams, this is going to come through the air. They're going to have a Rams pass coverage breakdown. And look at that. That's an easy one, 160 for sure. Now, Stafford over 2.5 at a 148. That can't happen. Stafford going to have a 3-touchdown game. And this is what it kind of feels like. If Stafford is the Super Bowl MVP, then he's probably rolling 3 touchdowns. And that's for you to go. It's hit over to receiving. We're just going to keep it short and sweet again. You can find us in any of these places and things, drroto.com. Oh, yeah. All right. Player receiving yards. We're just going to do with the overs. You got Boyd at a 42, Higgins at 71, Chase at a 78, Cooper Kupp 105. He's probably going to get that, but I'm just not going to play with that. Now, the Van Jefferson 33 yards, that's something I'm going to play with. That'll be something that I'll throw in. It's a negative 110, but that's something that you could probably pop in with another kind of like make your own parlay, and that'll give you a better odds boost because it's most likely going to happen. But the Rams sometimes do go away from Van Jefferson. However, Odell at 63, he's been catching all sorts of long bombs. He finally get like what Stafford couldn't do with Djax and connect on some of those passes. He's connecting with Odell Beckham. So that's 63. That's an easy wipe. Mixon over 24, I could definitely see that happening as well, too. Going back to like Mixon and what he's done the last few weeks, And I mean, 88 yards, 54 yards, 48 yards. And, Vegas, Tennessee, and Kansas City, they were playing hard. They played hard against him, but he's getting the ball, he's getting volume. So when you see, when you go into the passing side of things, you get 27, 51, and 28. Now, that's why you get in the 24.5. If Joe Burrow is going to stay upright, Joe Mixon's going to have to catch some passes. The Rams will probably give up a few. The Akers at 16.5. I like that too. Because Akers, again, he's eventually going to have that X factor type of game. They didn't use him really much in the playoffs with the passing. It's only caught a few balls. It's not, for me, I'm not playing that line. You want to, go ahead. Total catches, we'll go right to Cooper Kupp, 8.5. He's probably catching 9 in this game. Beckham over 5.5 for a 116. I would definitely take that. If the Rams are going to win this game, Beckham's got to be highly involved. 6 catches does that proper. Mixon got 3.5. I definitely think, and Tyler Boyd is at 3.5 too. Now that's crazy. That's an easy one for me. Tyler Boyd is definitely going to get that ball. He's going to be not locked up on those nickel backs and everything in the middle of the Rams line. So he's going to definitely be able to catch 4 balls in this game. Now, we'll go down to Van Jefferson. They got Van Jefferson at 2.5. I don't like that. But Blanton, 3.5, lock it in. That's a plus 120. Blanton is getting to work. He's getting the Tyler Higbee 5 or 6 for 40 to 60 yards and maybe a touchdown or 2. That's what the Rams expect out of the tight end, and that's what they get, and this is what Blanton's going to get. That's all in right there. Let's go over to rushing props. You got Mixon over 60. You got Akers over 63.5. Akers is a little high for me, but I like that Mixon at 60. The Rams do give up some runs. I know that we're stout against it, but they're going to have to slow us down. And sometimes them running backs, San Francisco seems to run really well, but that comes back to the offensive line problems of the Cincinnati Bengals. Will they be able to push us back and keep us like that? Again, a lot of people don't think so. I don't think so. But 60 yards is definite. All it takes is a good 30-yard run from him. Start the Super Bowl off kind of like running instead of passing. Could catch the Rams off guard, and he'll get that thing. Prop. But like Stafford over 5.5, we just seen Stafford running last time. He had to. So that's an easy prop right there. Samaje Perine over 3.5 rushing yards. Like, he is going to play this game. That's a no-brainer. Definitely going to take that. And Cooper Kupp's got over 1 yard rushing. The Rams do reverses with Cooper Kupp. At a plus 240, if you can parlay that with anything else, you could get a really nice payout by playing Cooper Kupp stuff. Play Cooper Kupp yards, play Cooper Kupp touchdown, play Cooper Kupp rushing yards. Let's go. All right, defensive props. This is always good. Jesse Bates and Von Bell. You got a 5.5 and a 5.5. Bates got the 124. Bell got the 130. Bell's a beast. I had him on our defensive write-up, of course, when we did our defensive players for seasonal teams, dynasties, etc. He was on there for a reason because I like Von Bell. Definitely going to get some play. And Von Miller, that 4.5, unless he gets a couple sacks, that's going to be hard for it. I'm not playing that Von Miller. Now, Aaron Donald can get over 4.5, and that's why you're going to see the negative on the Aaron Donald side at a 108. However, is Jalen Ramsey over 3.5 tackles? Jalen Ramsey is definitely going to make 4 tackles in this game. That is definitely going to happen. When you go after that, you got Leonard Floyd, Eli Apple, DJ Reader. That we could just go on for all sorts of that, but that includes the 6. Now all these parlays we've been talking about. Let's go build a same game parlay. And this is going to be a Bring the Pain exclusive. All right. We're going to do it. Money line Rams, anytime touchdown scorer is going to be Cooper Kupp and Joe Mixon. We're only going to do that. Coming down to the alternate receiving yards, you got Cooper Kupp, 25 plus yards is a 50,000. We're not doing that. Cooper Kupp, 60 plus yards. And then 70 yards. We're going to see that. Let's go right down to Cooper Kupp, 80 yards, 300. We're going to add that in right there. Boom. Close that out. Now go to Blanton, 40 plus yards. Take it. It's part of it. Now, if you don't feel that the 40 on Blanton is taking too much of a risk because it's giving you a plus 154, just go down to the 25 yards. Negative 160 is perfect. Now, we already have our touchdown score props and everything like that. Right now, we have a 5-bet slip. $10 wins you $175, $16.16. So for $175 off of $10, that's not bad. These things are most likely going to happen. It's not, low, the best payout. So you get Rams money line, Cooper Kupp touchdown, Mixon touchdown, Cooper Kupp 80 yards, Blanton 40 yards. And that's how you do it. It's a plus 1,751, plus 1,751. That's a great. I like that way better than anything else they were building. And that's why you build it. You got that here on Bring the Pain for drroto.com. We're going to end this out right now. Finally letting out the fanboy. Ooh, yeah. The Rams are going to win. I'm sorry about you, Cincinnati Bengals. You waited so long for your disappointment again. That's just what's going to happen. Oh, don't go run. Your mama might have to put you in the pen. But in the end, it'll be the Rams winning the Super Bowl. Ooh, yeah. Talk to you next time, people. Stay tuned to Dr. Roto. We do not go away for football. We're here year round because you got seasonal teams and dynasty teams to play for. We will see you shortly. Have a great day. Woo! Go Rams! Ram it!